Okay. Hi, I'm Garvin Heath. I'm the manager of Task 12 on PV sustainability. I've been the manager for about 14 years now. I work at NREL, National Renewable Energy Laboratory, and I'm here with Etienne Drahi.
From Total Energies, and I've been deputy task manager for about 2 years.
Yeah. Task 12 focuses on sustainability. The main focus is on environmental sustainability, although we've done some work on economic and social sustainability. We have 4 main topic areas. The first that we've been doing for a long time is on environmental life cycle assessment. The second is on circular economy, which has been broadened from the past where we focused on recycling or just end-of-life management. And the third is on ecosystem integrated PV. That's the newest activity area that we work in. So that includes agri-PV, floating PV, and other ecosystem integration activities. And then the fourth is kind of a catch-all for other topics that we work on. It could be human health risk assessment, or it could be social sustainability or sustainability standards, other topics like that.
Well, PV is already one of the major energy in the world, at least in the electricity sector, and developing at a pace where basically it's very important to already think of the sustainability at the moment where we design and we install our PV systems.
In fact, the projections for PV in the future growth could be that it's one of the largest industries in the world, and therefore will have a significant carbon impact, water use, other environmental impacts, and we need to take care of materials, material use, material demands. And so all of that is part of Task 12 and a motivation. Yeah, recently we have a lot of activities that go on at once. It's a pretty dynamic task. We continue to add new activities as we add new members and have new topics that we want to work on. I think we have a total of 20 or so activities in our 5-year work plan right now, and it will probably continue to grow. Some of the most recent ones include a review of the status of PV recycling in different PVPS countries, which is about 13 or so countries around the world. Another report is reviewing, for the first time, sustainability standards and tender requirements, and voluntary initiatives and other things that can affect grading of performance of sustainability for PV manufacturers, as well as other parts of the life cycle and the value chain.
Last year we had carbon footprint of floating PV systems also. Yeah. One of the first reports on the topic. And a
recent life cycle assessment of a PV recycling particular technology that was evaluated, and some forthcoming work on that. So yeah.
Well, we have around 32 experts in our group with a representation of 14 countries, either in Europe, the Americas, but also Australia and Asia. The group meets twice a year at least, and we can always collaborate together, because one of the roles of IEA PVPS is to foster collaboration in between countries and entities.
I think the importance of the collaboration is, so we're part of the International Energy Agency, and of course that means international representation. And in the area of sustainability, there's not really a particular leading country or research institution. There's a lot that we learn from different institutions that are focusing on different things, countries that have taken first steps in developing standards or regulations and learning from that, learning by doing, and then hopefully we can leapfrog for other countries by sharing that experience and publishing on that experience so that others, even outside of our network, will learn it as well. The activities that the areas, we call them subtasks that we work in, the main topics are going to continue to be the same, I think, in the future. But we are actively working in all of them. And there are certain areas that I think we would like to especially see us moving more into. So for instance, We've have a lot of focus in circular economy on recycling, but there are non-recycling circular economy strategies that we'd really like to be able to add additional work into, whether that's on module reuse or repair for then eventual reuse, for instance. We have maintained the global database of energy and material flows called a life cycle inventory for conducting life cycle assessments and for other purposes too, for PV manufacturing as well as end-of-life management. And one of the most exciting to me activities that will be forthcoming in hopefully a matter of early 2026 is an update based on actual empirical measured data from representative set of companies all over the world, and including the major manufacturing centers in China and other places, that's not been updated for many years. And Test 12 maintains the global network to have access to those data, and so we're looking forward to a major update coming up soon.
We're also looking to maybe emphasize a bit and develop a bit the work around social acceptance of PV. Again, PV is growing so quickly that social acceptance of such energy is very important to do, and depends on country and of the type of application. And about type of applications, we are also looking at the environmental impact, things which are not necessarily captured by LCA as of today. And so this is also an area where we are trying to dig into, and we will have our first report out hopefully next year.
One thing that I think has become clear over especially the last decade or so is that Test 12's network, the publications that we produce, the ones that we maintain, we have methodological guidelines for life cycle assessment or net energy analysis, which are the standards for those fields for photovoltaics applications. That Test 12 is, I think, increasingly recognized and is kind of well established and known now. I very much want to maintain that. Maintaining that, I think, has a few areas of responsibility for us, which is to maintain a vibrant network that we work in, that we have people who are productive in the context of Test 12 to continue to produce reports on new topics, expanding our knowledge and being able to support decisions through that knowledge.
And again, since PV is getting everywhere, we will need experts from other countries which are not now within Test 12, which can be already within IEA PVPS and maybe new countries within IEA PVPS, because again, PV will be deployed everywhere in the world.